Some of you guys right now are probably going to say, I don't want to hear it, and you're going to click away, and that's okay. Some of you guys are saying, I need to hear this because this is really what I struggle with right now. I am wanting to talk to you about the reason you are not in momentum 2023, and the first month is almost done, 11 months to go. Some of you guys right now are probably going to say, I don't want to hear it, and you're going to click away, and that's okay. Some of you guys are saying, I need to hear this because this is really what I struggle with right now. So for those of you guys that are willing to listen, I am really excited to share this. The reason I see so many agents right now talking about the things they want to do and not pushing through, reason we are avoiding that commitment is because you really don't feel like you're being pushed into action. And the question is, how do you avoid this? How do you avoid the stalling, the overthinking, the second guessing, right? How do you do any of that? And I want you to think about action. How do you get into action? And the thing that has helped me the most to get into action is commitment and really putting something on the calendar. When was the last time that you put something on the calendar and says, this is my D date? When was the last time? Let me actually see if I find a copy of that book. I want to show you my latest commitment. Hold on a sec. Okay, so here is my latest commitment. My latest commitment was to make sure I republish this book by January of 2023. This was my commitment, okay? Now, before, and by the way, we republished it. So if you guys are wondering, how do I get, 30 plus design mailer examples in here now? Before that, the commitment for this book was to release it by March 31st, 2021. That was the commitment I made, and I put it on my vision board. I made that commitment, and guess what? I failed. I did not publish it by March 31st, 2021. I released this one in July. Now, some of you might say, well, you made a commitment, but you didn't hit it, but I published it. I might have been a couple months late, but I did it. I committed to following through. So for those of you guys really struggling with commitment to getting things done, when was the last time you put something on the calendar? And for those of you that are on here live, I want you to put something in the comments that you are committing to do with a date. Put a date on it. Really think about, what is it that you want to do? When do you want to do it by? And then figure out the rest. And yes, I'll probably go back to the comments to hold your feet to the fire, because that's the theme of our February. It's Feet to the Fire February inside the Mailer Clinic. But really think about it. What was the last commitment that you made, and did you follow through? People get married because they commit to a date. I'm going to get married on this date. They're committed to this date. And guess what? For most people, at least, this is the way it happens. It's commitment to a date, commitment to something that will put you into action. But if you do not commit, I am going to send out a letter to my farm before January 31st. That is a commitment. By making little things like that, you are going to be bringing yourself into a momentum building cycle, and these actions will lead to results. But so many of you guys are sitting out there and you're like, oh, I should do that. Yeah, let me start working on that. And then what? Nothing. Why? Because you didn't commit to it. You're just thinking the things you should be doing. But are you committed? The commitment is what obligates you to start taking action. Why are coaching and training programs so valuable to us agents? In most instances, it's because you committed financially many times to start taking actions. You're like, well, I committed X amount of dollars each month to my coach. And if I don't do anything with that, I, get nothing. It's your commitment. Your commitment changed, right? So you really need to see what is the commitment you need. Not everybody needs to put money on the line to be committed. For some, it just needs to be out there. That's why accountability can be so big. But do you need an accountability partner to be committed? You don't. Sometimes just writing it down on a piece of paper is an amazing, amazing, powerful tool. Really think about what is it that you want. Put a date on it. Make sure it's visible to you and go after it. Because if you see this date all the time in front of you, not in your calendar phone, not wherever, visible, take the actions to get you to where you need to be. And here's the other thing. Most people totally underestimate the amount of effort it takes. I'm one of them. I have currently a mail campaign I'm working on, and that mail campaign is roughly 1,500 letters. Yes, 1,500 letters. And I thought I'd be done getting them stuffed, getting them sealed, getting the return labels on, getting the labels on. And man, it takes time. It takes a lot of time. I was up until 1 o'clock in the morning yesterday sealing some mailers because I underestimated the time it takes. But I'm committed to get this done before the 31st, even if that means I'm going to stay up until 1 o'clock in the morning to get this done right now. Okay? You need to understand what are you committed to and what is it that you really need to do? What is the action that you need to take? Because your commitment is step one. Commit to it, write it on a piece of paper, drop it in the comments. Either way. And then from there, start taking the actions. The actions will get you into the momentum you need, and that momentum will lead to the results you're looking for. There's no magic pill out there. But you got this. And so many of you guys are questioning, what should I do? Where do I start? Start with a commitment. And then see what happens from there.